Yesterday at 7:26 p.m., somebody else made a mistake. Then, they got irritated with you. And somehow, before the facts had even finished loading, your mouth said, "Sorry." You knew it was not your fault, but you apologized anyway. This is everyday psychology. The strange stuff nobody warned you about. And here is the weird part. That apology may have worked. That is why this habit becomes hard to stop. Your brain is not investigating the crime scene. It is evacuating the building. Someone looks angry. Someone sends, "Okay." Calming them down matters more than getting responsibility right. So sorry no longer means I caused this. It means, please stop being upset. Please do not reject me. You are apologizing for the atmosphere, not the mistake. You are paying an emotional parking fine for somebody else's bad mood. Sorry about the rain does not mean you operate the clouds. It signals empathy. The trouble starts when sorry means, I cannot tolerate your facial expression, so take my dignity and lower your eyebrow. Picture this. Your partner agreed to pay a bill. They forgot. You mention it. They get defensive. Why are you attacking me? They forgot the bill. You mentioned it. Nobody arrived on horseback. But now the bill is no longer the emergency. Their anger is. So you say, sorry, I should not have brought it up like that. The room gets quieter. Lovely. Except the bill is still unpaid, and your resentment has opened a small office in your chest. The apology ended the emergency while deleting the problem. Your brain records. Excellent. Saying, sorry saved us. It did not save you. It delayed the argument and changed the suspect. Sometimes a short message is enough. Fine. 4 letters. Maybe the full stop means something. Maybe they typed more, deleted it, then selected violence through punctuation. A calmer explanation is, they are busy. Your brain says, no, we must investigate. You compare today's fine with last month's fine, like punctuation keeps forensic records. You create paperwork for a case nobody opened. They are busy becomes, they are annoyed, then, I offended them. Now you send. Sorry if I said something wrong. The apology turns uncertainty into action. Waiting feels helpless. Apologizing feels productive. That is the psychology of over-apologizing. It is not always about guilt. Sometimes it is an attempt to control what happens next. It can become a social safety behavior. You agree too quickly, over-explain, shrink yourself, and apologize before saying no. When nothing terrible happens, your brain takes full credit. See, we apologized and the friendship survived. But you never tested what would have happened without it. Maybe they were never angry. Maybe the relationship could survive one disagreement. You pressed the button before reality could answer. The relief is immediate. The cost is delayed. Your brain loves a solution that works now and ruins Thursday. Then comes self-silencing. Instead of saying, you blame me for your mistake, you say, sorry for making this a big deal. Everyone else remains comfortable. You become a 5-star hotel for other people's emotions. And every false apology casts a vote against your own reality. You saw what happened, then treated their reaction as more trustworthy than your judgment. Do that enough, and self-trust becomes harder to rebuild. Before you treat this as purely a habit to break, there is a major exception. Sometimes the threat is real. A manager gives vague instructions, then blames you for a requirement they never mentioned. They control your evaluation, maybe your job. So you say, sorry, I should have checked. That may not be low confidence, that may be strategy. The answer is not always. Just set boundaries, babe. Sometimes the safer move is documentation, support, or waiting until you have more power. So ask, is the threat real here? Or is your brain applying the same rule everywhere? If you are wondering how to stop people pleasing, the answer is more complicated than deleting sorry from your vocabulary. The goal is not to turn one habit into a diagnosis. The goal is to stop being a people pleaser just because social friction scares you. Before saying sorry, ask, did I cause harm? Am I showing empathy? Or am I trying to make their discomfort disappear? If you caused harm, I gave you the wrong information. I am sorry. That is accountability. If you care but did not cause it, that sounds frustrating. That is empathy. If somebody is blaming you inaccurately, I understand that you are upset, but that decision was not mine. That is a boundary. Learning how to stop being a people pleaser does not mean becoming cold. It means learning which emotions are yours. Your brain may hear that and begin preparing your funeral. Let it. In a safe, low-stakes situation, state the facts calmly and do not apologize immediately. Wait. Maybe they remain annoyed. Maybe the relationship survives discovering you are a separate human being. Maybe they keep blaming you. That is useful information too. Automatic apologizing hides other people's character. You never discover who tolerates accountability and who only likes you when you surrender. Someone may prefer the version of you who fixes every mood and accepts responsibility for weather, traffic, capitalism, and them. Of course they do. That arrangement is fantastic for them. But another person being upset does not automatically mean you did something wrong. Their emotion is information. It is not a verdict. You can care without confessing. You can be kind without becoming the designated defendant. The goal is not to stop apologizing. People who never apologize are exhausting. The goal is to stop using responsibility as a bribe. They made the mistake. They got angry. Your brain prepared the speech. Before you hand over another apology, ask, am I sorry for what I did? Or am I just terrified of what they feel? Because those are not the same thing. And this time, the blame may not belong to you.